Hey, how's it all going? Welcome to another video upload from Aspie with Attitude. What you're watching right here is an autistic YouTube content creator channel made by me. To quickly introduce myself, my name is David. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I have autism, I have some speech difficulty, a speech impairment and a speech impairment. I have Asperger's syndrome. That's why I call myself an Aspie. Since I'm not at home, what I'm staying is at the Meriton Hotel in Sydney, which is actually located just the opposite to Macquarie Centre and Macquarie University. Not only did I have to see my grandfather, which this video was filmed on the 24th of August 2023, I'm also there to do some walk with me videos around Sydney. Since I haven't done much of these interstate videos, since I couldn't think what to do for episode 304, I've actually decided just to make a YouTube video about a hotel that I'm staying in, the place that I'm extremely happy to be spending my 5 nights, which has cost me 918 Australian dollars just to have this place for 5 nights, which is something I'm happy about. It almost just feels like home, considering this is actually in North Ryde. And the ridiculous fact is, from middle of 1981 up till the end of 1986, I actually used to live in that suburb, and I'm just glad to be back. It's going to be like a house tour, something similar to what I did for episode 270 down in Tasmania at my grandmother's place. Well, this time, this is going to be like a house tour around my whole hotel room, just like a bit of a review, since I'm actually just been thrilled to actually make this on behalf of Meriton Hotels, just to show you around. And since it's actually a hotel chain that I've never heard of up till when I booked with them, well, please come along and I'm going to show you around this hotel. Actually, sorry about the quality here. It's actually not very intentionally to happen that I've got such a low quality, which I'm going to just show you just over the balcony. So I can just get back inside a bit. Yeah, before I do, since I can just see on the screen here that the quality probably turned out terrible, but once I make that shot, there's actually no going back. So I'm going to go back out and I'll show you something. So I thought I could just actually sit outside on the balcony, and the reason why I was actually sitting at the door just then is I was just more concerned about the noise, and I was surprisingly that it kind of echoes. The idea is I'm going to show you what I see over the balcony while I'm staying in North Ryde at the Meriton Hotel. Up I get, and I'm just going to actually pick up the camera, and I'll make sure I don't drop the fidget spinner. And this is actually the view here, and down there is actually Trimpton Creek. I know that leads down to a waterfall, despite there's actually a lot more dirtier than Dandenong Creek. Something that I showed you back in Walk With Me number 8, when I did Shepherd's Bush. And I'll probably bring this up again, and this is not the North Ryde that I grew up with. I remember years ago that I think it was all paddocks. Now there's also overdeveloped, and behind these trees is Macquarie Centre. It is a very big shopping centre. It was on the 23rd of August 2023. Since that, I spent most of my childhood days walking around shopping centre with my parents. First time being there by myself. I actually did get lost, even getting lost in a car park. That's just so creepy actually seeing all these Teslas running around the car park, since it's known to drive by itself. And if I get somewhere, there should be an aeroplane, because that's going to be a lot of flights or aeroplanes flying over a hotel. So once I get inside, you won't notice it. And I'll give you pretty much a last look down from the balcony. And you can see these columns there. That's to stop the heavy debris from damming up the little creek called Trimpton Creek. So there's a lot raw sewage do go down there, which is actually not good for nature at all. I've decided to get back inside and I could actually show you more around this hotel room. Before I show you more of this room, this is the rest of that balcony. Kind of small, not bad for a 5-night stay. That's all I ever need and want. It's only just there for those who like to smoke or vape. Since by law, you're not allowed to smoke inside your hotel or vape inside your hotel. That's what this area is really for. But it's always awesome to admire the view, and even if I go to the other window, you can just see more of that view. And particularly shopping centre, I just love it how this Australian bush and an urban seascape exist in harmony. And something I like to show you are some giant fidget spinners over there. That's meant to be a waratah, that big red flower, which is the state flower for New South Wales. That's the name of the state where Sydney is, and that's the tollway. But I'm just not going to be around the bush just trying to work out where this all goes. I just had to get all this in before I lose the sun. And that's not exactly a waratah, that's more of a bottle brush here, or a red banksia. And now since I'm actually back out from the balcony, I decided to come straight inside into the actual living room. This is actually really a sitting room. What I've actually been booking is a single accommodation, just for one person, which actually cost me 918 Australian dollars for 5 nights in Sydney. So since I don't really like coffee tables, it is there, and I actually do admire the Caesar marble top. Since it's all very minimalistic and everything like that, it's just like I wouldn't have my plants or my Lego there. Just basically everything you need, and enough to sit down, and perfect enough to actually just do my autistic life hacks. Something I pretty much don't want to really get myself into. Over there I do have my bed, and as I walk towards the camera, I'm also walking towards the kitchen. Since I must show you how I sleep, which is actually exactly like being at home basically. Instead of living inside a suitcase, the only reason why I booked my own hotel room is I just want to feel like that I'm at home. That's the whole idea. The more you feel like you're at home in the hotel, it just turns into a real holiday. And it just makes the holiday so memorable, particularly now that I'm actually making this YouTube video, which actually put me in the mood. Since it's tomorrow, I'm actually going to do a walk with me across the Sydney Harbour Bridge and around the Opera House. So anyway, time to get on with it then. And something else I want to show you is actually a king size bed. As it happens, so since this is an accommodation for one, I was still given a double bed. This actually been designed just in case if it's actually accommodation for two. That way, so my partner can sleep in there if I ever had a boyfriend or girlfriend. Well, since that I'm actually happy to be single, then it's just so perfect. Just like at home, how I sleep alone on the double bed. And this is my favourite side to sleep on. The reason why I want to sleep on this side is, that's the same side I sleep on back at home. And something I must show you is, I'll walk out the camera. As I walk back into the camera, it's just like walking through my bedroom door as I always get home. And basically, at home, the way I usually sleep is, I actually got mirror wardrobe doors. That is exactly like home. How awesome is this? And I can actually just briefly go home now. Well dudes, I actually had to dash home quick with a fidget spinner since it is still the 24th of August 2023 that I'm staying at the Meriton Suites in North Ryde, which is A8 Talavera Road in North Ryde. The reason why I had to dash home a bit down in Melbourne, since that I'm going to really show you how I'm actually going to compare the hotel to my actual bed at home. So I'm going to get behind the camera and I'll show you what I mean by all that. You can just see how there's the bedside table and even got the mirror wardrobe, just like what I explained. And pretty much going back to the Meriton Suites back in North Ryde, even got a window, not an outdoor, a balcony. That's why I actually wanted this hotel room so bad, because I've got this going on. How cool is that? And this is what I mean by sleeping on the same side. Back at the Meriton Suites in North Ryde, I pretty much slept on this side just to make myself more at home. And this is an idea about my stay here. And I'll put the camera down a bit for a moment. And I think it's just time to go back to Sydney now. Well, taking myself back to Sydney, since I was keen to show you what I meant by all that. That's how I actually made myself at home at the Meriton Hotel in North Ryde. And how cool is that? I'm going to get the camera going then, just to show you the whole place. And like before, you got that side, and on the other side there, of course, you've got a bed and the outside balcony I was showing you. If I go that way, you get to see the actual sitting area. It's almost, imagine doing my videos here. And for the first time travelling interstate, I actually took my computer with me. I thought I was going to get the computer stolen or it was going to get damaged in the travel. But still, I've got to get back down to Melbourne on Monday, which is the 28th of August 2023. I've got to get home down in Melbourne. In the meanwhile, since it's actually North Ryde, you can actually see what I do for a wallpaper and how cool is the wallpaper. And basically, and here's a little kitchen. I could also be doing the Aspie chef, but it's just too hard for me doing the Aspie chef since that Macquarie Centre is all full of eateries. Like, if you ever have a chance to travel from anywhere overseas and you want to visit Australia, particularly stay a few nights in Sydney, I really love you guys to actually come to the Meriton Suites. Sorry about the noise, it's just a power pack. It says I'm raving on the extension cord. And that's only across the road from Macquarie Centre, and that can get you into the city if you actually take the Sydney Metro from Macquarie University to Chatswood. And then once you're at Chatswood, there's actually a train that will take you across across the harbour bridge, I should say, right across the harbour bridge. As I sort of got this wrong, such an awesome place to stay. And also in there, you can have your own laundry in there. Like, you've got your dryer and your washing machine, which I'm highly unlikely to be using on this trip. And also, while I was at Macquarie Centre last night, I've actually did buy myself a bit of a snack. So I'll just pick it up because, like, I'm trying to save my batteries for my Walk With Me adventures. That's why I'm running everything on the extension cord. And that's what I meant by that. The reason for a balcony is, so if you want to smoke, you use the balcony. You do not smoke inside. So, like, there's even smoke detectors. And I could actually show you a bathroom. And as I just gently put this down, Yeah, the camera must be getting very overwhelmed here. Yeah, just a walk-in shower, and also plus you want to be very careful. They can get very slippery. And that's all you basically need. And it's very, very good fire safety. So in the case of a fire, at least got these overhead sprinkler things, something that I do not have at home in my apartment. That kind of reminds me of home. And with this kind of kitchen, you'll probably be familiar with a kitchen like this. The same sort of kitchen that I use for Aspie Attitude, Aspie Chef. And I'll have a quick show what I mean by all that. It's not a place where you want to permanently live in. The reason for this is it's actually too small. This place is actually designed just as a short-term stay because like I do not live in North Ryde and I haven't lived in North Ryde in Sydney since the end of 1986, since I've permanently left North Ryde on my 7th birthday on the 29th of December 1986 and I only came back to live here once again from 23rd of August 2023 up till 28th of August 2023, and that's why I actually picked on staying there and I absolutely loved it here. And you can just see how I like to get the hotel clean. Like for all the cleaners in a hotel, it does put a lot of bit of stress on the cleaners sometimes, but it's actually worthwhile. That way nothing gets left behind. And I'll just pretty much stop recording for now at the moment and I'll see if I get back on the couch, like if I'm at home, since I'm making myself at home here. Oh, this is absolute hotel heaven there, staying at a Meriton suite. Because like, if you go for a very cheap hotel, like you're going to stay in a real dodgy one. Honestly, I could have spent $300 flying the city for 5 nights. The reason why I did pick a $300 is it was a 2-star. And I'll tell you what, this is a real 5-star hotel that I'm staying in. Absolutely 5-star. Something it's very, very hard to come across at a cheap price to find a 5-star hotel. And I do recommend Meriton. And that's what that video is all about. And also, plus talking about this is what it's like back in August 2023. Since I couldn't think of what to do. Oh yes, like I did think I was going to be doing a hotel review. Well, do I have it? And if you like what I do in my channel, please subscribe to Aspie with Attitude. That way, it's showing more support for my YouTube channel, Aspie with Attitude. And also, please don't forget to ring the notification bell if you want to keep up to date with Aspie with Attitude. And also, please like and share this video around. That way, it'll actually support the business. So, like, I just don't think it'll be all over yet. So, what I'm saying in North Ryde, if you can see this building just in front of me, this is actually where I used to live. I used to live in an apartment. That's where I grew up from 18 months old up to my 7th birthday on 29th of December 1986. That was the year when I actually did move out. And just how cool is that? Just look back on your old childhood place. I just didn't even think I was ever going to return there. But anyway, there I have it. The reason why I have to kind of stand back a bit too is just for privacy issues. I wouldn't like it if someone was actually filming my apartment. Just as it happens though, one thing we never ever had when I was living there was these tall buildings. As you can see, these tall glassy buildings, that's actually really swallowing up pretty much this whole residential urban scape, the whole of it. And I can tell this balcony's gonna fall. Those buildings are gonna have to be knocked down anytime soon. And believe it or not though, if we look at that building,
You can just see how it's kind of fenced off. It looks like no one's living there. I just reckon this is going to get demolished in exchange for buildings like that. And that's how North Ryde's actually changing. And that's why I'm staying in a Meriton suite instead of this. Well, anyway, this is all in the past. So like, I'm going to pretty much walk back and keep this in my rear vision mirror. Once I stop filming, I will not be seeing these buildings again, or this apartment ever again. And I'm going to show you what's really around, since it's not relevant to my hotel reviews. But that's where I used to live, and that's why I picked the Meriton suite in North Ryde, because that once used to be my home. And I think it's time to go back to my hotel then. The best thing about actually staying at the Meriton suite in North Ryde is, over there, you've got the Sydney Metro. And what's with the Sydney Metro is, this is what connects to the city. That way you're just probably a very short distance away from the city. And on the other side of it is actually my hotel, which is Macquarie Centre. And that's what makes the Meriton suite so perfect to stay in if you ever get a chance to visit Sydney. And as I said, like, this is getting very developed, which is actually coming at a very right time to actually build a hotel like this in North Ryde. Before I actually finish off this hotel thing, since I've walked away from my childhood home forever, and this is actually where I had been living since the 23rd of August 2023 up till the 28th of August 2023. The hotel that I'm staying at, which I may actually one day get a chance to go back there if I wanted to. And pretty much on the other side, you can see how you got Macquarie Centre Shopping Centre, and those never existed back in the 80s, all these skyscrapers. And I'm so just gonna be careful what I'm doing here. I could get in trouble by security doing this. Despite that, I'm actually doing a hotel review from a rooftop car park of Macquarie Centre in North Ryde. If you can see the cluster of cranes here, what Meriton's also building there is a 59-storey apartment complex, just like a big condo. Pretty much similar to I actually lived back down in Melbourne. That's all it is. Since I do live in a condo style apartment, since living that kind of cosmopolitan lifestyle is definitely my life, and that's how I always like to make my YouTube videos, in those cosmopolitan style places. And if you ever get lost and you're staying here, that's the address for the Meriton Suites. And basically you walk up to the Lyra Road, and then you're going to walk across Heron Road across there, and here's the shopping centre once again, and they'll take you straight to the Macquarie University metro stop, and that will get you in the city. That's the whole convenience, and that's why I labelled this as a 5-star hotel.
After going out for a bit around Macquarie Centre, which is only just across the road from my hotel, I actually managed to grab some dinner, which is actually a sushi pack. Just definitely well worth it. Since it's actually pretty hard to decide, you've got so many places where you can actually eat out. The best thing about this 5-star hotel is, it's actually got a fridge where you can put it. Since I'm in no hurry to eat a sushi, that's why I've got it. And that's all I got to drink for tonight, is a bottle of Shiraz. And also I better shut that fridge door. And the best thing about this kitchen is, it has all the knives and the cooking pots, just in case if you want to really cook in our hotel, which I'm in no mood to cook, since this is actually my holiday. And I'm just going to show you then. And one thing I'm going to look for is, there's just knives and forks, except didn't pick up any chopsticks at all. Since like, you're going to really eat sushi with chopsticks. Now you see you've got detergent as well. Actually, I'll just make it look better then.
So what you have is just actually your knives and forks, and I'm just going to move the tripod a bit, that way I don't knock the camera down. Just your basic cooking utensils. I just like how they actually have it neatly stacked, not like at home. I perfectly minimalised as well too. It's almost like what I have at work, how that's actually got the bevel pull. And even like got cooking pots there as well. I think that's all you basically really need if you just like to cook instead of actually ordering from restaurants and eateries across the road. And basically up there you got all your plates and your glasses there. Since I've actually already used one goblet for my wine, since you've got to really drink the wine out of a goblet. And oh yes, also like you've got electric toaster if you want to just have a bit of Vegemite toast. Very popular here in Australia as well. And also you've got to run the range hood. You see me do this in the Aspie chef videos. Which does look like a kitchen at home. And just do another panoramic view, and just pretty much had to put my bag down, get the camera out after going for a walk. This is already dark outside. After going for a bit of a walk back to my childhood home and trying to find something to eat from Macquarie Centre, which I actually did find something to eat.
And just to keep myself neat and tidy, what I've actually been doing is, I've actually been storing my bags in there. Absolutely impressive. I don't have anything like this at home. It's something I actually would have to show you on a different camera angle to show you what I'm talking about here.
What I've got inside the wardrobe here is just these internal shelves. You can just see you have two backpacks, and I'll just come around and I'll show you what I mean by that.
So rather than just actually scouring all my belongings around the whole room, I've decided just to store this pretty much in one area. So like I've got two backpacks for the trip. That's one I'll bring on the aeroplane. The reason for this black backpack now is it's easy to carry my laptop in there, since I have no fear of this getting lost or damaged in the travel. And one thing you never do with laptop computers is you never ever put in your main luggage. That's going to be checked in luggage. Like what I mean by that, bags do get thrown around by baggage handlers. If your computer gets damaged, it's no problem with Qantas if my computer ever got damaged. And so I take this responsibility to carry it on and put in the overhead lockers on my flight between Melbourne and Sydney and back. And what I've also been doing is I've actually been putting this into actual luggage, the camouflage backpack. That's what I take on my walk with me adventures. I can never fit my laptop in there, but this is my trademark for my walk with me videos that I do around Sydney. So I'll put this one back in there. At least the camera wasn't in this bag, and I'm using this as a drink water bottle for my walk with me adventures. And here's the big suitcase here. That's how large it is. So I'll just put that away. That way, things are in the one area. And I don't put any of my belongings in these drawers because you've got a chance of actually leaving them behind. All my belongings will only live in those 3 bags that I have in there. And I can just close it, just make this place more like home. Well dudes, like I've actually decided to finish off this whole video content from Aspie with Attitude just to show you around a hotel. And the way I like to pull this one off is with Fitch Spin Nose Drink. Let's say, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my video and my stay at the Meriton Suite Hotel in North Ryde on A8 Vera Road, peace and respect, and see you next time from Aspie with Attitude.